Right now at 10, President Trump puts a new round of tariffs in play, how it could affect consumers.
And the Minnesota State Senator charged with soliciting a minor appears in court, why a judge ordered his release.
Plus, a City of La Crosse effort to help residents give their homes a little TLC.
WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. The Atlantic magazine releasing more excerpts on that Signal group chat that discussed a U.S. military operation.
White House officials accidentally added Atlantic editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg to the text chain that discussed details on a U.S. attack on Houthi rebels in Yemen, including weapons and military aircraft involved. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, who is among those in the chat, testified before a House committee in an annual threat assessment hearing.
It was a mistake that a reporter was inadvertently added to a Signal chat with high-level national security principles.
At the White House, President Trump defended his national security team, saying there was no harm done because the attack was successful that night.
The president following through on his long-threatened tariffs on imported cars. The president signing an executive order to charge a 25% tariff on all foreign-made autos. The tax will also apply to American brands that manufacture their cars overseas. The plan is designed to push companies to open more factories in the U.S. The tariffs due to go into effect April 2nd. Nearly half of all vehicles sold in the U.S. are imported.
Well, the money keeps pouring in for the Supreme Court race here. As Election Day approaches, it's getting harder to escape the ads. It's thanks in part to campaign spending reaching new heights. In the 2023 state Supreme Court race, spending hit a record $56 million. But this election has already shattered that with $81 million. A large chunk of that money is coming from donors who live outside Wisconsin.
Billionaires like Elon Musk like putting their hands in the election? No.
Democrats started pouring a lot of money in. Now the Republicans try to match that.
This race will set the majority for the Supreme Court. That could be the deciding factor for the future of abortion rights, workers' rights, and even the future of partisan politics in the state. But that majority could be short-lived. There's another state Supreme Court election next year and one every year for the next 5 years.
A march took over parts of UW-La Crosse today.
The Women for Women rally put a spotlight on campus safety and more. News 8 Now's Grace Monk was there.
UWL students are speaking up for women's rights and safety on campus.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
The rally focused on protecting equality in UWL's Race, Gender, and Sexuality department.
Everyone here is very focused on just like love. There's no room for hate at this campus.
As well as keeping women safe from sexual violence.
With the depletion of the Department of Education, or the proposed depletion, that comes with also getting rid of Title IX, which protects women on campus who have been assaulted or harassed.
In February, 2 UWL students were charged with sexually assaulting women on campus.
I think a lot of people feel unsafe on campus right now. I think especially with underclassmen and even upperclassmen, just knowing that you're in the same dorm as some type of the behaviors that is happening is extremely uncomfortable.
Organizers hope the school will continue to protect women that live both on and off campus. Organizers said their main goal today was to raise awareness. In La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
UW-Eau Claire has a new interim chancellor. It's Michael Carney. He's the current interim provost and vice chancellor of academic affairs. Current chancellor Jim Schmidt is leaving to become the president of James Madison University in Harrisonburg, Virginia.
A Bangor academic assistant teacher is making the move to administration. Dave Luke will become Bangor Elementary's next principal this summer. He spent the last 8 years as the academic assistant for the middle and high school. His colleagues nominated him as a News 8 Now top-notch teacher just last May. In a statement, Luke says his daughters have had incredible experiences at Bangor Elementary, and he's honored at this chance to give back.
Well, Well, nothing has changed. We're still looking at 70s for most areas. In fact, some areas might hit 80 once again as we get to Friday. But we still got a little bit of shower activity to go through tonight. Overall, the amounts of precipitation the last 3 hours, you can see right there, Mankato's only picked up 1. Overall, a lot of this precipitation is fighting dry air. In fact, Minneapolis put up a balloon. There's about 8,000 feet of dry air to work with. So it's going to take some time for some of this precipitation to reach the ground, but it will eventually overnight see some sprinkles or some light rain that will spread across the cross probably in the next couple hours. Eau Claire probably close to 3 or 4, but most of it will remain to the south, and we might see a little bit of this activity enough to wet the pavement as you go about the morning commute before it kind of wraps up by 8 or 9, and then decreasing clouds overall. So just a little bit of light precipitation. Overall, less clouds in the afternoon. We'll climb back up into the 60s most areas, mid-50s up to the north. All in all, a pretty nice day for the end of March. As you plan that out, you can see the precipitation chance really kind of dwindle down quickly, getting back up to about 53 by noon, and Eau Claire just a slight chance for a shower really between about 4 and 6, otherwise getting up to 51. So later on we'll break down what's going to go on Friday and what's going on with the messy and much colder weekend ahead too.
And messy is quite the adjective,
Yeah, it is.
so I'm a little nervous.
Oh no.
Thanks, Greg. A new Richmond man pleading not guilty today to first-degree intentional homicide. 70-year-old Gordon Laxo is accused of killing his wife and then hiding her body in rural Polk County. A status conference is set for April 16th.
A judge has ruled that former Minnesota State Senator Justin Eichhorn is not a community risk and can be released to a halfway house pending trial. Eichhorn was arrested on March 17th after attempting to meet an undercover officer posing as a 17-year-old girl. He faces a felony charge of soliciting a minor for prostitution. He is also accused of attempting to obstruct the investigation by having his wife retrieve evidence from his apartment. A special election will be held on April 29th to fill Eichhorn's seat in the state Senate.
Tomah has a new police chief. It is Assistant Police Chief Eric Pedersen. The Tomah High grad was an MP in the U.S. Army before joining the police department in 2005. He is replacing outgoing Chief Scott Holm. Pedersen takes on the new role April 19th.
A News 8 follow-up. A former federal employee in northern Wisconsin has her job back. We spoke to Haley Manitowski last month after she was fired. She worked for the U.S. Forest Service in Ashland. On Facebook today, Haley revealed that she has her job back. 2 weeks ago, a U.S. district judge ordered the Trump administration to reinstate over 16,000 employees fired. The reason, the firings were likely unlawful.
La Crescent is officially a tree city. For the 7th time, the city has received the designation by the Arbor Day Foundation. To qualify, a city must maintain a tree board or department, have a community tree ordinance, and spend $2 per capita on forestry. It's awarded to communities that show a commitment to planting, growing, and maintaining their trees.
A lot of community benefits of trees. Reduced energy costs for residents of the community, reduces stormwater pollution, increases property values, provides wildlife habitat. There's just so many benefits that trees provide to a community.
La Crescent will celebrate the designation April 25th in Old Hickory Park.
The city of La Crosse wants to help homeowners. It's offering up paint and fix-up grants. You can get up to $1,000 towards home improvement things like paint and stain. The money is given out on a first-come, first-served basis. We'll have the link to see if you qualify on our digital platforms.
Well, Wisconsinites spend more on groceries than shoppers in 24 other states. According to Wallet Hub, a full cart goes for 2% of their monthly income. So if you make about $75,000, you're spending about $126 on a single trip to the store. When it comes to eggs and meat, prices here are still high, but the price for bakery items is on the way down.
Families gathered around the fire for story time at the Nature Place today. The series is bringing the community together before the summer months. Delina Leon was tonight's special guest. Her book theme covered the change of the seasons. Organizers say the interactive storytelling brings guests closer to nature.
When you're reading a story and then the kids start inching closer and closer, wanting to know what the next page is going to be about. So I think that's a major part of kind of what this series is meant to do, is just to elicit those exciting emotions about nature and stories and our storytelling.
The event was free and families were able to enjoy a hot drink and snack during the stories.
Jersey Mike's helping out the Special Olympics of Wisconsin. All the sales from today go directly toward helping local athletes. Customers today were also able to help meet some of the athletes whose dreams they'll help make possible.
A percentage of sales go back to Special Olympics Wisconsin throughout the month, but on the day of giving today, we receive 100% of the sub sandwich sales.
47 Jersey Mike's locations across the state participated in this year's Day of Giving.
Federal officials warning of bridges that are at risk of collapsing.
Find out which Wisconsin bridges are included in the report after the break.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
I'm Brittany Kinzer. I've been a teacher, public school principal, and an education CEO. And I'm running for superintendent because Jill Underly has failed. Underly lowered academic standards. I'll restore them. Underly has overseen a reading crisis. I'll refocus education on reading, writing, and math. And Underly hid MPS financial trouble from voters. I will always be honest with you. I'm Brittany Kinzer. I care about our kids' future, and I'm asking for your vote.
Are you finding bathing and bathroom business has gotten more difficult? Bad hips, bad knees can pose a problem. Just getting up and down can be risky. There is a simple, affordable solution. In just a day or two, you can have a beautiful new walk-in shower, safe and easy to care for with grab bars, a handheld shower, and a seat if you like. Set an appointment with one of our designers to plan your new bath. Better products at lower prices because we care. The Board Store.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Today marks 1 year since the Francis Scott Key Bridge disaster in Baltimore.
We're now getting new insight into the risks for other major bridges across the country. The National Transportation Safety Board is working on its final report. The agency also identified 68 other U.S. bridges that were built before 1991 and do not have a current vulnerability assessment.
We are telling bridge owners is that they need to know the risk and determine what actions they need to take to ensure safety.
2 Wisconsin bridges were named in the NTSB's report. The Blotnick Bridge in Superior and the Leo Frigo Bridge in Green Bay were both labeled as having an unknown risk of collapse.
2 of the nation's largest public broadcasters face tough questions on Capitol Hill about whether they should continue to receive federal funding. Republicans from a House DOJ subcommittee repeatedly accused the CEOs of NPR and PBS of promoting a liberal agenda, saying the public media outlets should be defunded. Democrats say it is all part of the president's playbook of going after media he doesn't like.
Corporation for Public Broadcasting is using taxpayer dollars to actively suppress the truth, suppress diverse viewpoints, and produce some of the most outlandish, ludicrous content.
At a time where we can't agree on basic facts, and while the free press is under attack, we need public media like PBS and NPR more than ever.
Now, 1% of NPR's funding comes directly from the federal government, but they indirectly get more federal money from grants through the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
AMC Theaters is working to take your movie viewing experience to the next level. They're teaming up with CJ4D Plex to open 65 locations that are designed to make moviegoers feel like they're at the center of the motion picture. The innovative screen format creates a 270 370-degree panoramic viewing experience, immersive sound, and wind effects. The first theaters are set to open this summer. Well, we have more news ahead.
But first,
definitely get out and enjoy the above average temperatures. In fact, 60s, 70s, maybe even at 80 by Friday because we have much colder and weather conditions coming for this weekend. We'll break it all down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
If that was money. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Voters deserve to know what our records are.
Susan Crawford's record? Disturbing and dangerous. A 7-year-old girl sexually assaulted. The attacker faced 100 years. Crawford let him off with only 4.
I don't regret that sentence.
A 5-year-old violated. The predator should have rotted in prison. He got out in just 2 years. She protected them, not us.
I don't regret that sentence. I am proud of the work that I've done.
Susan Crawford, putting criminals over your kids.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Our windows and doors combine quality craftsmanship and cutting-edge innovation from the trusted brand of Renewal by Andersen. Join us for our spring open house Friday and Saturday, April 4th and 5th at either showroom in Eau Claire or Onalaska. Enjoy super spring savings with up to 25% off your entire project. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months at Asher Lasting Exteriors.
We are all here to support one another.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Hi, Greg.
I bought our vacuum at a box store. I was shopping for groceries and I came out with a vacuum.
I did the same. I was shopping for clothes.
Candles.
Kitty litter.
Hey, group, we're not here to judge. We all made the same mistake before deciding to go to A1 Vacuum to make the right purchase. I'm sorry.
A1 Kitty litter.
Our business is picking up.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Minus, we still have a little bit of light rain, and this light rain really is probably sprinkles enough to, as I mentioned before, wet the pavement. But as of right now, it's working with a lot of dry air, so this won't probably reach a lot of the ground. But still, for the morning commute, you might see a little bit, maybe enough to get the windshield wipers going, but that's really about it. For about a couple hours along I-94 and probably south of I-90, it'll continue through for about 9 to 10 a.m. But for the most part, everyone will probably remain dry, with decreasing clouds as we get past towards the noon hour, and that'll allow the temperatures in the afternoon to get quite high. We'll get back up into low 60s to the south, maybe to mid to upper 50s to the north, given that they'll have a little bit more cloud cover lingering through the late morning and early afternoon hours, but still well above average, about 10 degrees above where we should be. Now going Friday, it's a little bit more tricky because we are going to have a front that's going to lift north overnight into Friday morning, along with a little bit of a shower thunderstorm chance. It's going to sit right to the north, so you can see this big temperature difference from near 80 further south all the way up to about just 52 at Ladysmith, where that boundary is going to be sitting right there. But the precipitation kind of right and wrong right to the north of it. So a lot of areas will be 70 near 80, but a few areas, unfortunately, may be stuck into the 50s for Rusk County, too. Now, as we go on, we're looking at Saturday. The kind of front begins to shift a little bit further south. We have systems kind of coming through, so a nice north or easterly wind, 40s to the 60s. So overall, for some areas, not bad of a Saturday, and the precipitation chances really are less in the morning. I think a lot of areas will not see much in the way of rainfall until we get to the late afternoon or evening hours, so maybe not quite as bad as Saturday, especially if you're further south where you still get in the 60s, and overnight lows will be into the 50s. As I mentioned, the system is kind of messy. Some areas will get that wintry type mix going on, but Friday night through Saturday morning, some showers, maybe even a thunderstorm. As I mentioned, a lot of areas will probably remain dry Saturday morning. Maybe as you go further north, you might see a better chance. The heavier rainfall or the steadier rainfall really looks to come in the afternoon, late afternoon to evening. That's when I think we'll see the most rainfall is Saturday night through early Sunday. The wintry mix starts becoming an issue as you go north of I-94, and then everyone will start seeing at least a transition to mix or snow some point Sunday through Sunday night. Accumulation is possible, so we'll have to watch the road conditions Sunday night into Monday. Given this time of year, you really got to be at the nighttime to get any type of real road issues unless you got some heavy amounts of snow coming down, and I don't expect to see that. So overall, it'll be much colder going into Sunday too as we go on. Overall, ice potential is just north of Rusk County. The area to watch is really northeast Wisconsin, where they could pick up a quarter of an inch or even more of ice, sleet, pellets, all that fun stuff. And otherwise, snow amounts, this will probably have to be refined, and it's not all at one point. It's probably basically Sunday night. So a bounce of May could be 2 to 3 inches. I think that a lot of the areas will probably see like a ½ inch or 1 inch actually on the ground. This does not mean you'll see 2 to 3 inches on the road. That'll have to be determined how much we get at night too. So stay tuned to more updates on that. But otherwise, the bigger story is once we hit 77 on Friday, it's going to feel real cold going into Sunday when we're barely getting into the 40s, and some areas are in the 30s. And early next week, we start off in the 40s. We warm up a little bit, but there's another thing to keep an eye on Wednesday, Thursday, which could be more rain or even snow for some areas once again too.
Wow.
So it's April now.
That's too far to look ahead to that.
Yes,
we don't
I
need
know.
to be talking
Enjoy
about
for
such
Thursday
things.
and Friday here.
Okay.
All right.
Very well.
Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Bucks looking for a shorthanded win against one of the best in the West. Plus, opening day almost here. What to expect for Game 1 of 162 for the Brewers and the Twins. Jacob is next.
Tax refund season is here, and Wesco on Sparta is making it more fun than ever. Dreaming of a brand new sectional or that comfy bed you've been eyeing? Now's the time to treat yourself. Save 20% all month long on furniture and bedding, just in time to make your home the talk of the group chat. Have fun with your tax refund and make your space shine with Wesco and Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. You've got Maverick and the North American 2025 Truck of the Year, Ford Ranger, fully prepared.
Did you sleep here last night?
If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. And this crew is Truck Month ready.
Now get 2.9% financing for 72 months on a new Ford F-150. Plus, for a limited time, $1,000 bonus cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Out-of-state special interests are trying to buy a Supreme Court seat for Susan Crawford. Why? Because Crawford supports their radical agenda, and I'm not okay with any of it. Let transitioning male teachers use my girls' bathrooms at school, allow boys to compete against them in sports, giving puberty-blocking drugs to children without parents' consent. That's who Susan Crawford sides with, and I'm not okay with any of it.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Thankfully, American Waterworks offers proven, warranted solutions. Typically less expensive than full replacement and more efficient and lightweight than mud jacking, our methods are designed to last. After all, your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, tomorrow marking the start of the Major League Baseball season for the Brewers, of course, as well. The first time since 1979 that the Crew will be opening up their season against the Yankees. Spring training wrapping up yesterday, and all systems are a go for Game 1 of 162 for Milwaukee. New York is, of course, coming off that World Series loss to the Dodgers in 5 games, while the Brewers' season ended at the hands of the Mets in the wild card round. Tomorrow's starting pitching matchup is Freddie Peralta against Carlos Rodon. Still no full confirmed list of the opening day roster for Milwaukee, but it's reported that 26-year-old hurler Chad Patrick has made the opening day roster. Brewers beat writer Adam McCalvey said Patrick was about to drive home to Indiana to repack for AAA Nashville, but the team had other plans, and he will be on the opening day roster. The righty was the pitcher of the year last year in the AAA. And the Brewers home opener isn't until Monday, but in case anyone's curious about the new concession stand items, here are some of the new options. The chicken cordon brew we saw in the first slide, featuring chicken breast, shaved ham, Swiss cheese, and brown mustard. The base is loaded potato dog, which is topped with cheddar cheese, bacon strips, sour cream, and tater tots. The smokin' Gouda burger, which is 2 patties, Gouda cheese, beer butter onions, and smoky chipotle ranch. And you can't forget the enchilada dog, which has a corn tortilla dipped in salsa roca, melted cheese, sour cream, onion, and cilantro. Man, I'm hungry now. Meanwhile, down in St. Louis, the Twins getting ready for their opening day matchup with the Cardinals. It's the 3rd straight season Minnesota is beginning the season on the road. Tomorrow's matchup will feature a couple of aces who struggled in spring training, Pablo Lopez for the Twins and Sonny Gray for the Redbirds. No Royce Lewis to start the year for Minnesota, as he's still nursing a moderate hamstring strain. First pitch for that one is set for 3:15. And as a reminder, it's the home opener for the UWL baseball team tomorrow, as their previously scheduled Saturday-Sunday doubleheader was moved up to tomorrow and Friday because of weather. Eagles are 9-2 on the season so far and ranked 13th in Division III. They're taking on Stout with first pitch of the opener tomorrow at 1 from Copeland. To the association, no Giannis, no Dame for the Bucks against the Nuggets tonight. First half, big one for Brook Lopez. Here is 3 of his 20 points before halftime as that 3 falls. Second quarter, Milwaukee creeping closer thanks in part to the hot shooting of A.J. Green. He had 3 threes in the quarter. A couple minutes later, a wide open lane for Kevin Porter Jr. throws it down with authority. But it was a great showing for Nikola Jokic tonight, as usual. Pretty pass right here to Aaron Gordon. Good effort by the Bucks, but they end their Western Conference road trip at 2-4 as they fall to the Nuggets 127-117. And some NFL free agency news, specifically on the quarterback side of things. Former Badger Russell Wilson will be on his 4th team in 5 seasons, as sources say he's agreed to a deal with the New York Giants. The deal is reported for 1 year, up to $21 million. The 10-time Pro Bowler had reportedly been in discussions with the Browns and Steelers, but is deciding to go to East Rutherford, where he's projected to be the starting quarterback. But we'll go back to this opening day for tomorrow because excitement is high, guys. So what are we thinking for wins for the Brewers this year?
Okay.
Let's guess, and we'll see who's right maybe at the end of the season.
I'm going to think positively, okay? 112.
Oh, my gosh.
Very positive.
Oh, my God.
That is very positive. That is very positive. Wow. I would love if they...
that would be fantastic.
Why is Greg laughing? I didn't think it was that
That's 50 losses all season. I would love that.
That's something I would maybe say the Dodgers could do. And, maybe not even them.
All right, I'll say 86.
Okay, I'm going 91.
In the middle,
right.
okay. So
Greg is just crying over there.
It's funny.
NL Central Division champion.
Yes, I say as well. I think she means as well.
I think, with that kind of record, what are the Cubs going 120 and 42?
It'd be fun. A lot of high standards for the Brewers this year.
Hey, let's hope it works. Yeah. Man, that'd be fantastic.
Okay, more news right after this.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
A criminal illegal gang member abused a child here in Wisconsin. Now, President Trump's fighting back. But a liberal judge ordered deportation flights to be turned around. We don't need another liberal judge. We need Brad Schimmel, a judge and prosecutor backed by law enforcement. Schimmel protected victims and safeguarded kids. Tough on crime, unwavering in justice. Vote Brad Schimmel on April 1st. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Wherever you are in Wisconsin, there's a free and confidential Aging and Disability Resource Center, ADRC, or Tribal Partner Agency. We're here for older adults, adults with disabilities, and your families. ADRCs are a bridge to support for benefits and financial assistance, transportation, in-home care, and more. Get to know your local ADRC and connect with resources now. Call toll-free 1-844-WIS-ADRC or go to findmyadrc.org.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
Wisconsin icon J.J. Watt bringing his football knowledge to the broadcast booth.
Watt, the former Houston Texan, will join Ian Eagle to be CBS's #2 broadcast team for the NFL season starting this fall. The 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year joined CBS in 2023 as a studio analyst for the network's NFL pregame, halftime, and postgame show.
In a statement, Watt said he's excited to get back into the NFL game day atmosphere, though this time without having to take any hits on the field.
And you were just singing his praises just now. Are we supposed to?
Yeah, we've got another story here, too.
We've got another story about an animal sanctuary. Are we doing this?
We are. A Wisconsin Animal Sanctuary hosting a draft party.
Just a mile from Lambeau Field, the Happily Ever After Animal Sanctuary is encouraging people to foster pets currently up for adoption. During the draft, it will be incredibly busy around their building.
So they hope the crowds will help more animals find their forever home. Now we have to go to break.
It's an all-around potty. Okay, now let's go to break.
We do.
J.J. Watt and now the animals.
And foster pets when you're at the draft.
All right, we have to go. Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
If your home is looking drab, trade it in. Trade it in. The furniture's old and yucky, trade it in. Trade it in. If you're seeking a solution, then King's your resolution. If you're tired of your look, then trade it in. Trade it in.
At King's Trade and Sale, trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. Plus get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments at the King Furniture Trade and Sale.
Trade it in!
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. You've got Maverick and the North American 2025 Truck of the Year, Ford Ranger, fully prepared.
Did you sleep here last night?
If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. And this crew is Truck Month ready.
Now get 2.9% financing for 72 months on a new Ford F-150. Plus, for a limited time, $1,000 bonus cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
There's been a lot of talk about this Supreme Court race, but here's what's really at stake. Brad Schimmel wants to make sure women don't have the right to make their own health care decisions. If he wins, that right is gone. I'm Susan Crawford, a former prosecutor, a common sense judge, and a mom. And I trust women to make their own health care decisions. Brad Schimmel doesn't, but I always will. And that's why I'm asking for your vote. Let's create your dream home at our area's only home show from the La Crosse Area Builders Association. The only home show where you'll meet over 100 businesses ready to make your home remodel dreams happen. Basement to roof, front yard to back. The only home show with Friday date night, Saturday community day, and Sunday family day. Details are at labahomeshow.com. The LABA Home Show is sponsored by Xcel Energy and Olson Solar Energy, March 28th through the 30th at the Onalaska Omni Center.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Roney. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
Right, 60s tomorrow, 70s Friday, and then it's going to be a wet and kind of messy weekend too, unfortunately.
All right, so enjoy the next couple days.
Definitely.
All right, that does it for us at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.